Hello, friends, and welcome back to my gameplay of um, Tell Me Why. And we're going to pick up where we left off in our last video, where our friend Tyler and Allison have returned to their, my guess is their childhood home. Tyler was in a juvenile correctional facility for about 10 years. My guess is for killing his mother, and they haven't seen each other, so now they're going to try and get the house put up for sale so they can sell it and bury the past, perhaps. As far as everything else is concerned, we're going to jump back in here where we left off, hopefully last night. Let's see here. All right, yep. Pick up right where we left off here. So we picked up the screwdriver and bird feed, it looks like. And we are going to head out. And I do kind of want to go check out the dock. What's this?
How did she get around on these roads with this thing?
She'd rather have broken her neck than spend money on a new one.
Yeah, still waiting for those bikes she promised us.
Uncle Eddie got me one, but I hardly ever used it.
Let's go check out that dock there.
You really want to go out there?
No, you're right.
Kind of, yeah.
You really want to go out there?
No, you're right.
So I kind of wish they had alternate dialogue for repeat things rather than just repeating the same things of dialogue over and over again. It's kind of silly, but no, it is what it is.
I could just lie down and take a nap here.
Weren't you just complaining about the cold like 10 seconds ago?
Oh. Looks like a neighbor came by.
It's funny. I can't remember any signs of them when we were kids.
Probably because our mother scared the shit out of them.
Yeah, she scared everybody else off too.
Not sure what that's got to do with anything, but reminds me of Dead by Daylight for whatever reason.
I could just lie down.
He already said that. There was something I wanted to see here, which is collectibles. So this was the two goblins that they had, the Crafty Goblins.
The Crafty Goblins are two cunning little thieves who live under the princess's house. They're always getting into mischief, but they have good hearts.
All right. So let's get into this here.
You sure you want to go in there?
This was our very first den, remember?
Who knows what lives down there now?
Probably a bear. Probably not, but...
Everything okay down there? Tyler? Oh, that's not funny!
Then why am I laughing?
Okay, fine. But you're still an idiot.
All right. I'm going in for real this time.
Okay. I'll see you at the front door in a few minutes.
I've noticed that so far we've been pretty much exclusively playing as Tyler. So perhaps he is the focal point of this game. I think that may actually be the point. It's kind of, my guess is it's his story. And,
Ouch!
Are you okay? What happened?
I just hit my head like an idiot. Wait. What? Where are you?
Ty, I'm outside. But I can hear you in my head. Our voice. It's back.
Holy shit. I don't suppose you remember how to get to the hatch.
I think so. We'll figure it out together.
Dragons, straight ahead.
Need to go left, I think.
There be dragons. Well, I'm gonna go right.
You were right. Nothing here.
Of course I was.
What is this? Let's take a look at the collectible, shall we? The Mad Hunter.
The Mad Hunter is a cruel and ruthless creature. Once he starts hunting someone, he never stops. He'll chase his prey to the ends of the earth if he needs to. No one can escape his piercing eye.
It does look really creepy, actually. Alright, this is Delos Crossing Olympic event.
I would have taken the gold.
Not even in your dreams.
Looks like a heater or a generator. And to me, it looks like a generator, but... Here be dragons.
Then left again after the goblins.
We are Crafty Goblins. Yes, we are. Well, I'm not listening to you because you told me not to go right
Nope.
last time.
It was on the right.
My bad.
Yep, see? That means I go left. Let's see what we can find over here. Oh, it's our...
Wow. Can't say I ever expected to see you again. It's been a long time, buddy.
Oh, okay. See, Allison should have gotten him the bear. It's like, that bear was cute. I don't think there's any way to get over there, is there? No, it doesn't look like it. Goblin Den Treasure Room. Ooh, it's a treasure room.
You were right, sis.
Of course. A goblin never forgets where she stashed her treasure.
Not even should 1,000 years pass. I found her old kite. I think its wings have been clipped, though.
Rest in
Okay,
peace,
that's
brave
kind of
bird.
cool. Thunder spell.
Pink. It always had to be pink.
Not a fan of the
Marianne
pink
grilled
there.
us about all these missing dishes, but a goblin never gives up their treasure.
That's right. We just steal all the plates and dishes from our mom. We call Marianne, if that is even your mom.
Pass the treasure.
Straight ahead.
You know, I almost convinced myself our voice was just another childhood fantasy.
Me too.
The Mad Hunter. Why am I still afraid to say his name?
He was Mary Ann's creation. She made all the creepy characters.
Alright, looks like we can get in the house from here. For no one having been here for a while, it's immaculately clean. I mean, I don't clean my room for a month and there's like piles of dust everywhere.
Tyler? Are you in there? Tyler!
Coming!
Are you okay?
I'll live. Good to hear your voice again.
Yeah, same here.
So, coming in or what?
Oh, what?
Just working up to it.
Well, we're here.
Here we are.
So, how do we get started?
We figure out what to keep, what to trash, and see what else this house might be trying to show us.
Alright, well, let's explore the house. You know, it's actually a pretty nice place. You know, like I said, the lack of dust is somewhat concerning.
Doesn't seem real.
Alright, let's see. Broken shelf, broken jar, and the washing machine. Broken. The dryer never worked to begin with.
Marianne thought dryers were straight up evil. Energy hogs.
I hated hanging drippy laundry. I refused to change for a few weeks once, so I wouldn't have to do it.
Machine repair, Sam K 555-752-3184. Robert 555-173-8193. Texas for winter. I guess he went to Texas, and then Brooks 555-187-9654. Too expensive.
Or an exorcist.
Tessa. So we're looking at 60. I don't know. I'm not here to do math, but apparently it was too expensive.
We should take down the creepy masks if we don't want to scare the buyers away.
Oh, so now you don't want to scare someone with those masks.
Hey, I just put on the mask and pretended to be a warrior. You were the one who got freaked out by it.
Right.
Not that she ever let me wear him very long.
Well, I mean, typically when you're going to sell a house, you take everything out anyways. So, having done this a few years ago when my dad died, having gone home after a while, it is a surreal feeling, especially when one has passed, and kind of, you know, just literally tossing, you know, just everything into a dump. You know, when my mom, you know, stuff from my mom, stuff from my dad. Excuse me, like I can somewhat understand that feeling, and just realizing that everything is just so, all the stuff that you own and everything, pointless when you die.
Huh.
But
This
it is a
bathroom
weird
still
feeling.
smells like Marianne.
A good scrub and we'll be rid of that too.
We were so competitive about who measured taller. Like, we actually had anything to do with it.
And after all that, it ended in a tie.
Yeah, none of that crazy stretching I did made any difference. I tried to bury this dress in the backyard, but Marianne caught me.
It was a pretty dress.
Yeah, well, we both know pretty was never my thing. What are we gonna do with all her jewelry?
Well, I'm certainly not gonna wear it.
Donation pile it is, then. Wow. I forgot all about her weird concoctions.
And how she was always testing them on us. Like we were lab rats.
Handmade soap. Still here after 10 years. Impressive.
You could say that about the entire house.
What would little Tyler think if he walked in here right now and saw me?
Probably nothing. Probably creeped out. Why is there a man in my room or in the bathroom? So here's my thing so far, is that like on the surface level, this looks like it's warm, inviting. You know, like, just by the looks initially, like, this would be a nice place to grow up. But that being said, as we all know, things on the surface often are deceiving. Alright, looks like there's a memory here.
Mom? About me joining the hockey team? Mom!
Sorry, what? Not now. Maybe next year.
But you promised!
Keep whining, and my next year will become never.
Can you cut my hair?
Your hair is fine.
But I want to cut it short. Really short.
What? Look, I'm tired, and I'm busy. Let's talk about this later.
You always say that.
Marianne said no to everything. Made me so pissed.
She was always on edge those last few months.
Yeah, and completely deaf to everything I was telling her I needed.
She pretty much always said no to me, too.
True, but it felt personal with me. I didn't realize how much I missed the smell of firewood.
I miss the cold winter nights curled up here, with big mugs of hot cocoa.
Yeah, Marianne was so tired she was usually asleep on the couch.
Ah, that's why it was so nice. No Marianne.
We'd use our voice so we didn't wake her up.
And then we'd be up all night telling stories, and watching the fire die, and Marianne was none the wiser.
She was trying to save the planet way before Al Gore made it cool.
Has Al Gore ever made anything cool?
Nah.
I guess she was right about one thing.
Man, how would
Can't
these
really
kids
blame
know
anyone
anything
for not
about Al
listening to
Gore?
Crazy Marianne Ronan.
Come on. She graduated in 2012. She wasn't even alive when Al Gore was doing his thing, and Al Gore's barely been brought up. That's sorry, that's kind of an immersion-breaking moment there. Well, as we all know, Al Gore was the one responsible for making the internet because there are a bunch of tubes.
She took so many pictures.
Yeah. Like she had to document every second of our lives.
It made her happy, and it was kind of nice to see her smile.
I guess.
You okay?
All these happy pictures. They look so sad now.
Wow. I'm so embarrassed for us. Mini Da Vinci's we were not.
She saved every drawing we ever did.
There's a couple of these I might keep.
So as a parent, I'm not a huge picture taker, but for my son, I've kept a lot of his early drawings, so that's not abnormal, you know.
I don't remember these.
It's probably one of Marianne's unfinished masterpieces.
There's two of them. Maybe they were us. In some weird way that only made sense to Marianne.
Hey Mom, we are sorry the vase got broke. We didn't know you love it so much. You need to be careful and not act up in the window room. Next time we will try and use good judgment. Please forgive us for doing bad things. I'm sorry too. We should have been more careful. I'm very sad we made you cry so much. We should play outside instead. I will tell Ollie not to be wild all the time. We aren't going to do it anymore. We are sorry. Oh.
What are you reading?
A letter we wrote her. To apologize for breaking that stupid vase, remember?
Bore your kids into good behavior. Great parenting strategy.
She pinched every penny. Old textbooks. Tessa gave them to us, right?
Yeah, she thought we were gifted.
We were. Just not like she thought. You think she knew we were sharing answers?
We shared for fun. We both knew them all anyway.
Mary Ann's room.
Let's not go in there until we absolutely have to.
Agreed. "2005.
Of course. After all this time, I thought I'd feel more prepared to deal with this mess.
Hey, she drew some little hearts here. Oh,
What?
March 7th.
Oh.
Hey, that reminds me. I owe you like 10 birthday gifts.
I think we can let that slide.
I mean it.
Hey, you being back is the only gift I need.
The last few months are almost all blank. Only a few appointments, most of them canceled.
What kind of appointments?
Hairdressing, I think.
Oh yeah, she did that for a while.
The last few months are almost all blank. Only a few appointments, most of them canceled.
What kind of appointments?
Hairdressing, I think.
Oh yeah, she did that for a while.
We love you, Mom. Me too, but don't right here. And a little smiley face. Aw.
After all this time, I thought I'd feel more prepared to deal with this mess.
Guess we never had time to complete the collection.
These came out of one of the prize machines at the Vecchi's store, right?
Yeah, you'd slide the quarters inside on the little tray, and then magic, out pops a sticker.
You want to open the fridge, see what 10 years of nastiness looks like?
Best mom. You think we ever really believed that, or were we just trying to make her happy?
Either way, it wasn't true.
String, glue, duct tape. The holy trinity of house repair.
Mary Ann loved having something to fix.
I love fixing things too. Header installs, swapping cams.
Those are car things, right?
No, those are hot rod things.
Well, keep up the car talk and you'll fit right in around here.
So, here's the thing.
After
I
all
grew
this
up
time, I thought I'd feel more prepared to deal with this mess.
in an abusive household. So I get some of the animosity, but I don't know. Then again, I mean, it's hard to say. We'll see where the story goes, and I'll save my opinions for
What was
later.
she hoping to do with all these jars?
She used to barter for our clothes with homemade jam.
She tried everything to make ends meet.
Well, not everything.
How you feeling about being back?
I thought I knew what to expect, but everything keeps catching me by surprise. My nerves are completely raw.
I get it.
How about you? You okay?
I'm honestly not sure how I feel yet. I'm just trying to think of it as an empty house.
Yeah. An empty house full of actual ghosts.
Hopefully they're friendly ghosts.
Like Casper? Dudunch. Alright, let's make sure we got everything down here.
After all this time, I thought I'd feel more prepared to...
If you don't come up soon, I'm gonna take whatever I want from our bedroom.
No way! Wait for me!
No, this feels like home. Hey, the postcard we sent ourselves from Juneau.
Forever alone.
What?
We barely had any friends. We even had to be our own pen pals.
Hello, Allison and Ollie. We are writing from the past. What is it like in the future? Anyways, you know, it's super cool. We took the tramway all the way up. Ollie was scared. Liar! We got some books, but Mommy went to the restaurant at night and forgot them. It was cool. There were a lot of whales on the ferry. No, there wasn't.
Tyler, do you copy?
They were in the water,
If we don't move
stupid.
fast, this whole thing is going to
Anyways,
melt.
Here's
Do you
a postcard
copy?
to remind you how awesome we
Copy,
are.
Allison.
Especially
Gonna get this
me.
thing moving
Hey, you
soon.
know.
Don't want the Mad Hunter to
Allison
catch
and
us.
Ollie Ronan,
Over.
12 Canary Road,
The
Willis
Mad
Crossing,
Hunter. Ugh, he
Alaska.
still gives me the creeps.
774.
I wish I could forget about him.
Thanks for interfering with me reading, Allison. How rude.
Whenever we asked for a TV, she'd just bring home a big stack of books.
I think she did us a favor with that one.
Yep.
You may not agree when we start digging into the HBO back catalog.
We'll see.
Definitely would agree then.
Ugh. Some of our old toys give me the creeps.
Eh. Whoa.
Look what I found.
What?
Only our greatest creation, the Book of Goblins.
Seriously? It was in that chest the whole time?
All these stories.
I had ideas for so many more.
Marianne wrote a lot of them.
Yeah. It's one of the only times I remember her being at peace.
The frog earns the right to speak, the bear and the princess. The beaver fixes the house, the princess's party, the goblins in the ice cave, the princes and the two thieves. The princess makes new friends. The bear's big paws. The moon hag loses her name. The goblins trick the mad hunter. The pelican helps her friends. The goblins earn their voice. The big frog is punished. The goblins save the old beaver. The goblins irritate the ice king. The pelican forgives the goblins. The goblins meet the ice troll. The goblins trick the muskrat. The moose teaches the goblins. The mad hunter gets his hand back. Oh boy.
Where is it?
You looking for something in particular?
My diary.
You never told me about it.
Yeah. With the way Marianne was, I tried extra hard to keep it a secret. Marianne. Yeah, that day she found out about it.
Mom? Mom! Mom, where is it? What did you do with it?
What now?
I can't find my diary. I know you stole it. Give it back.
Sweetie, whatever I do, it's just for your benefit.
You read it, didn't you? You had no right to do that.
I have the right to do whatever I need to protect my little girl.
I'm not your girl. I hate you.
You will always be my little girl. And no matter how hard you fight me, I'll fight twice as hard to keep you safe.
I don't know how I never saw it coming. She told me right to my face. She was willing to hurt me to keep me from transitioning.
Tyler, there is no way you could have known she'd go that far.
I want my diary back. Her room was the only place I didn't look.
Oh, yeah, but look.
Okay, but do you need to get it, like, now?
That diary was important to me, Allison. Writing down my thoughts helped me realize who I am.
Well, then let's go find it.
You think her room is still locked?
It always was. I'm not looking forward to going in there.
I know, but we'll have to eventually, and I need it back. You know, if there's one thing you gotta give Marianne, it's that she let us explore our artistic side.
You should have seen Eddie's face when I tried to repaint his car.
Yeah, I bet Uncle Eddie didn't appreciate your artistic touch.
I'd rather you called him Chief Brown if you're gonna be an ass about it.
Yeah. Our space contact.
So much for my dream of being a hockey star.
Marianne thought sports were too aggressive, too competitive, and too groupthinky.
How did you convince me to let you put this up?
It was my favorite movie. Back then.
Ice King finally caught the hag. His furious voice could be heard throughout the forest. For your wickedness, you will be eternally bound to the lake. What? No way. Quiet, let me finish. You will no longer be allowed to leave. Not even under a full moon. The moon hag was imprisoned in the lake, and she never again tried to escape. And then the title. What do you think? Not bad, right?
I guess that's okay. But I would have changed the end.
What? No way!
The Ice King. I totally forgot about him.
That's because it was dangerous to mention his name. He was too powerful.
Where'd you come from?
A Tale of Two Swords. Ooh, that looks interesting.
Hold up.
What?
Remember this?
Unfortunately.
You must solve my riddle to earn the right to enter the princess's sanctum.
Nothing a good hard shove won't take care of.
I mean, yes, we could brute force it, but it might be kind of fun to finally solve it, right?
We have different definitions of the word fun.
Okay, well, if we break it, we're just gonna have to fix it for the sale. So let's at least try not to. You have the Book of Goblins?
Yep.
Hand it over.
What are you looking for?
The image on the door. It's making me think of a story from the book. One that Marianne wrote.
You have a way better memory than me.
Well, the Book of Goblins was my creation.
And you'll never let anyone forget it.
Here it is. The one about the princess's party. Give it a read. I think the symbols may represent something in the story.
First ghost memories, now storybook puzzles. What a weird day.
What a weird childhood.
Touché.
All right, well, let's see about this story. Princess's Party. Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, the princess was melancholy because it was the 1 year anniversary of when she had run away from home. Sensing her sadness, her forest friends showed up at her door. They were headed by the pelican, pious and attentive, and organized by the moose, stalwart and far-sighted. The old bear was there, with his claws so sharp, as well as the big frog prattling away. Even the haughty muskrat, who almost never had time for anyone, had come. The bear invited her to ride on his back, promising no wolf would harry her path, and then the animals led her to a fairy glen, where a fabulous party had been prepared. There was a buffet of seafood the pelican had served from her never-emptying beak. The air was filled with winking fairy lights the moose had arranged after clouds filled the sky, and the gregarious frog mixed up fizzling drinks. Only the muskrat had done nothing in particular, mooching off everyone's hard work. The princess had a very good time at the party. Such a good time that she forgot to say thank you to any of her friends. Noticing this, the fairies devised a bit of mischief. When the princess went to open her gifts, she found 3 identical boxes at the edge of the glen. Puzzled, she turned back and gasped the entire party had vanished. "Because you have taken your friends for granted," called the naughty fairies. "We have hidden them from you, but we like games. Guess who has given you each of these presents, and you will get your friends back." The princess opened the first box. Inside there was a torch. When lit, it revealed the truth. Said the princess. "Somebody wants to make sure I don't get lost in the woods when it's dark, and I always see right from wrong. Which of my friends would give me a gift like that?" She opened the second box. Inside there was a magic sword, which would leap right out of the bearer's hands to defend them. Said the princess. "Someone wants to make sure that I'm protected if I'm ever under a threat. Which of my friends would give me a gift like that?" She opened the third box. Inside there was a bag of coins that always provided money if it was for something the bearer truly needed. Said the princess. "Somebody wants to make sure I have money to buy food when I'm hungry and clothes when I'm cold. Which of my friends would give me a gift like that?" The princess thought about her friends, and she smiled certainly. "Fairy," she said, "I have been thoughtless, but I appreciate all that my friends have given to me, and all that they have done for me." She gave her answers, and the vexed fairies were forced to restore the party in a flash of colorful lights. One by one, she gave the animals a hug and thanked them for their presence, the party, and all they had done to help since she moved into the forest. And that is how the princess celebrated her first anniversary in the woods. All right. So my guess is she wants to know each of these circles here are going to represent one of the gifts. So let's see what we got here. So the first was the torch. So who would have given her the torch? Let's see. So my guess is the pelican gave her the gold. The old bear the sword. The moose. Okay, so the moose was all right. So I'm thinking the moose was the torch, the bear, the sword, and the pelican. Um, so let's go with the moose was the torch, bear is the sword, and the pelican be the food. Well, friends, it appears that I am not as dumb as I look.
And boom, we're in.
After so many years, I expected this to feel more, you know, like a win.
Speak for yourself. I'm the one who solved the riddle.
Why do I feel like you're not gonna let me forget that? Where do you think we should start looking?
I don't know. Where in this mess would she stash someone else's personal thoughts?
To be fair, that's not a mess, but you know, to each their own. All right, let's take a look around Mom's room here.
Straight in the trash?
No. I bet we could sell it on the internet.
True. Maybe we could sell it to the guy who collects John Wayne Gacy's clown paintings.
Oh, come on, dude. Lay off.
I just can't get through. Whatever's going on, they won't let me in. They used to tell me everything, but they shut me out, Tessa. They've shut me out. I've had so much on my plate lately, and they're convinced I'm the enemy, and I don't know why. I need them. I need my goblins.
I remember now. We heard her crying. We listened through the door.
Seeing her like this, as if she's still here,
It really sucks.
she was really coming apart those last few months, wasn't she?
She and Tessa were best friends. Until suddenly they weren't. Wonder what happened.
Either Tessa got sick of Marianne's moods, or Marianne got sick of Tessa's judgment. So she was standing here, spying through the window, drawing us while we played.
She always had her eye on us. It's here!
Okay, we'll come back to that here in a second, because I want to make sure I explore the room first. God forbid, Mom watch you out the window.
Oh. This explains a lot.
They're mostly full. She was too stubborn to take medication.
She always had to have a picture of us close by.
Why this picture, though? I mean, do you see the expression on our faces?
Alright, let's see what collectible we got here. The Wise Princess. Okay. The wise princess is a runaway from far off land. She won't tell anyone what she's running from, but she's just thinking about it makes her cry. She is friends with all the animals of the forest and has a kind of generous soul. It's a kind and generous soul. Weird that the voice doesn't work for that, but okay. Let's see here.
Sewing lessons were the absolute worst.
She made all our clothes. I'm sure she needed the help. And I, for one, am happy I can fix a torn seam.
I tried to read this one. I could never figure out the order of the chapters, though.
Didn't the author go insane or something? No wonder Marianne liked it.
Timeless C7 Orchard. Again, I just want to comment on how clean everything is for having not been lived in for 10 years. Okay, I do believe that is everything in this room. So let's go ahead and take a look at this.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Do you think she read it?
Of course. She was nosy as hell.
Tyler.
What?
Look.
What? Where did you find that?
It was on her desk with her papers.
Seriously? Are you fucking kidding me?
Look, we gotta be really careful not to overthink this.
But it doesn't make any sense. She was mad, right? She was mad I cut my hair. She attacked me because I cut my hair.
She was mad and she attacked you. We both saw it.
Then what is this shit?
I don't know. I don't know. Tyler, come here.
She can't do this to me. Not now. When I've finally made sense of a few things.
Well, that was your first mistake. Thinking the world made any kind of sense. "10 years in the grave, and she's still finding new ways to piss us off."
Yeah. I think I need some air.
Are you really, really sure? I am. Do it. Okay. Here we go. Whoa. Is it all gone? Yeah. It looks amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't wait to show Mom. She's been so sad lately.
More than sad.
She's been scary. Yeah, but not tonight, though. It was almost like a party. Thank you, Allison.
You don't have to thank me. You're my sister.
I feel more like your brother.
Brother, sister, we look out for each other. But I'm pretty sure I just gave you a really bad haircut.
Mom? Mom? God. Okay, but it's okay. It's okay. Just Mom? Oh no. No. This is wrong. This is all wrong. Wait! Stop!
Glad we found your diary.
Me too.
I guess she was trying to figure out where you were at.
Yeah, well, she should have asked. I wasn't some goddamn research project. I was her child.
About the book.
Raising your transgender child? Do you even know how rare these books were in 2005? Was she trying to figure out how to support me?
Maybe.
But she wasn't trying. She never...
It doesn't make sense. I know. You cutting your hair was what set her off, right?
Allison, she read my diary. She already knew. It wasn't my hair. And if we were wrong about that... Fuck.
You think she read it. It's possible she never even opened the diary, and that things are exactly like we always thought they were.
But if she did, and they aren't...
God, Tyler. Sure. I mean, we could have been wrong. But what good does it do to ask the question now?
You mean other than not having to live with the thought that my mom tried to kill me for being me?
Tyler, I know you want there to be something to find. Something that'll make it all make sense. But she was unhinged.
So that's it then. She was crazy. Nothing else to say.
I think we'd be better off if we tried to move on.
Why don't we talk to a few people who knew her? See if that book makes any sense to them.
People don't want to talk about Marianne. They pretend like that night never happened.
Alright, we'll choose maybe Tessa has the answers.
What about Tessa? She was Marianne's closest friend. Let's ask her about it.
Sure. But I'll warn you, she's particularly touchy about this subject.
Well, maybe she'll talk to me. I was always her favorite.
Operative word was. But we need to go by the store anyway, to get a few things for the repairs.
Great. 2 seagulls, 1 stale hunk of bread.
I'm not sure I like that analogy.
Listen, I know you don't want to keep talking about this.
But you're obviously not going to be satisfied until we do. So let's talk.
You've been on edge all day. Is there something more going on with you?
It's nothing.
Pretty sure it's not nothing. And I'd like us to be on the same page.
I thought we were on the same page. Sell this place as quick as possible and move on.
Look, I've already explained why this is so important to me. Why are you still dragging your feet?
It's just with the way you avoided this place for the last 3 years, I thought you wouldn't want to spend any extra time here.
Oh. So that's what this is about.
Maybe a little. Yeah. It's just... You graduated 3 years ago. And this is the first time we've seen each other in person.
It's not that I didn't want to see you. I just wasn't ready to be Tyler in Delos Crossing.
I tried to visit you. I tried to go to your fireweed graduation. I wanted to bake you a crappy boxed cake and take awkwardly posed photos.
I know.
But you shut me out. All I got was non-responses and half-assed evasions.
Look, I didn't want to see anyone. I just started testosterone. And, oh god, I had the worst acne. My emotions were all over the place, and the smells... Allison, the smells... Men smell bad.
I know. I've dated a few.
Look, I needed some time to figure my shit out before I asked anyone else to try. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
So, I was thinking... Do we need to be in such a rush to sell this place?
We've been over this, and we both agreed it's time for a clean break.
I know, trust me. I'm not talking about staying for long. Just long enough to get some answers.
And you think this house has those answers?
Maybe not, but it's a place to start.
Well, it would be a shame if there was something to find and we tossed it out. How about we start digging without putting off the sale? And if it seems like we need more time, we'll talk about it then.
Okay. So, we have a plan?
Yep. We ask around about Marianne, but we also stick to our repair schedule.
If that's really what you need. Alright, deal. Ollie's diary. It's been a long time since I heard that name.
Was I the only one who ever called you that?
Actually, no. I used it at Fireweed for a while, until I settled on Tyler. Most people were pretty chill about the switch. Not everyone, though.
What do you mean?
I had a mentee who refused to call me Tyler. He didn't want my help. He didn't want anyone's help.
I'm sorry. I like the name Tyler, by the way.
Thanks.
Mom and Allison argued again. At least I am more... At least I am not the only one Mom is screaming at now. Mom almost seemed jealous because we didn't tell her about how we are planning to do in the forest. Okay, I'm trying to read the cursive, but it's really tight. Mom and Allison argued again. At least I'm not the only one Mom is screaming at now. Mom almost seemed jealous we didn't tell her what we were planning to do in the forest. Allie thinks we should tell her about our boys. I think she knows already. Mom seemed really upset when I asked her to join the hockey team. Like it's wrong for me to play a boy's part. I'm going to keep asking. I will try again next week. She said no again. I'm so mad at her. Why does she always say no? Why doesn't she ever let me do what I want to do? Allison and I started writing a story. Why Allison did. Well, Allison did. She didn't like it when I tried to change anything. Why can't one of the goblins be a boy goblin? Saw Star Wars yesterday at Bobby's place. Luke was so great, but Mom found out we watched it and got so mad. She said it was a She said it gloried war. Zoim Zoim. Saturday the 5th of February 2015. Would Mom be happier if I could just do what she wanted me to? When she looks at me, she just doesn't see me. I wish I can show her. I wish I could make her understand. I think she doesn't want to. Allison told me again that it was my fault Mom got angry at us. She is such a suck-up. Mom barely said anything to us in a few days. Allie said she saw her throwing away pages from the Book of Goblins. March 1st, 2005. Do this, do that. I am sick of her voice, and I'm sick of that dumb name too. Ollie the Goblin.
Not a bad view, right?
I forgot how beautiful it is.
Remember that time we tried to cross the lake after it froze over?
Oh yeah, how can I forget? Marianne lectured us for an hour.
Well, she wasn't wrong, at least. It was really dangerous. If we'd fallen in, no more goblins.
We grew up on this lake. We know how to spot thin ice.
That's what they always say.
Nice ring. Gift from your boyfriend?
Come on, I told you I'm not with anyone right now. Don't rub it in.
Why does it look familiar?
It was a gift from Eddie. He had them both made at the same time.
Both? Oh, wait.
Yeah. This ring is supposed to be linked to the one he gave you, in a spiritual way.
Do you believe in all that?
You mean, do I believe we could be linked in some other metaphysical way? You know, other than the one that already lets us share thoughts and memories.
Fair enough. At least the glacier's still there.
You have to wonder just what kind of stories it could tell. You know, if it had a mouth.
Remember the ice cave?
The old bear's den?
That's the one. It would have made a perfect secret base if we'd ever been able to find it again.
You know, I actually went looking for it a few years ago.
Really? No way. So?
We found it, but the entrance had collapsed.
Ah, bummer. If you squint, you can almost forget Talos Crossing's only a few miles away.
I'm sure Marianne tried to.
Can't blame her.
We're headed there for supplies later. You ready for that?
Yeah, but I was really enjoying a day without assholes.
Just a little longer, and every day will be asshole-free.
That might be asking a lot. I think I'd like to end up somewhere like this, just not here.
Somewhere with more trees than people?
Exactly.
I'm
Just
with
go
you
into
there.
it with a little more of a plan than Marianne did.
Already working on it. With my degree, it'll be easy to get a job as a ranger.
After you spend a little time in Juneau?
Still a maybe on that one. Well, guess we better get going.
And here I thought you'd never tear yourself away.
Yeah, sorry. Views like this, I just tend to get lost in them.
Go ahead. I'll catch up. Need to respond to a message.
My sister, the social butterfly.
Seems we got a trespasser.
What the fuck?
You got 5 seconds to talk me into defending my property.
Your property?
5, 4.
I'm Tyler.
Don't know any Tylers. 3, 2.
Sam!
Ellie? What are you doing out here, girl?
This is our house.
Was I talking to you?
Sam, put the gun down. This is Tyler. My brother.
Well, your brother? Oh, shit. Huh. I guess I heard about all that, but I never... Damn. You look like a real man.
So do you, Sam.
You know what I mean. I just didn't know they could make a woman look so much like a man.
You know, I'm just trying to be me. It's just who I am.
Well, I've seen a couple of lady transvestites on the TV before, but, I've never seen a dude.
Sam, that's not how you say that.
Say what? Transvestites?
Yes. It's transgender. Transgender men.
I'm sorry. It's hard to keep track out here in Delos Crossing. The world's just moving on without us.
It's fine. Let's just change the subject.
Works for me. Tyler.
Thanks, Sam. So, what are you doing here exactly?
Oh, well, I've been kind of keeping an eye on this place for you, you know? It's like patching the roof, checking the pipes, you know, all that stuff.
Thank you, Sam.
Oh, yeah, that's no big deal. I just, you know, your mama, she was a special lady. She deserved much better than, you know, what you got.
Didn't you used to help Mary Ann with repairs and building projects?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, seeing as your mama never had a man around, I just took it on myself to help her keep this place standing.
How antiquated of you.
Thanks. I guess you two are still aiming to sell the place?
That's the plan. Which, by the way, we need your keys.
Since apparently you went and changed the locks?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But, selling your mother's house? Are you sure? Bad or good? It's all you've got left of her.
Not all. I'm sure the gun she tried to kill us with is still somewhere in there.
Tyler!
What?
What Tyler means is, a fresh start is what we both need.
Of course. This place has got to be full of all kinds of bad memories. But maybe some good ones, too?
Allie, can you hear me?
Ty, we can't do this when we're in the middle of talking to someone.
But this is pointless. He's hammered.
He's always hammered. And who knows? Maybe it'll make him chatty. Now come on. People think our family is weird enough.
Everything okay with you two?
Yes.
No.
Oh. All right.
All right. I kind of like this Sam guy. He's putting forth an effort. All right, let's do the puzzle on the door.
Did you help with her door?
Her door?
The puzzle on her bedroom door.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you two kept sneaking in, giving her no privacy, huh? You ever solve it?
Yep. Better late than never, I guess.
Never solved it myself. I mean, not that I wanted to. So, guess you know all your mama's secrets now, huh?
Well, she may have one or two left.
So are you too close?
How well did you know her?
Not as well as I thought. When I heard what happened that night, well, I figured people were bullshitting me.
It really surprised you, didn't it?
Much as anything ever has. Other folks say they saw it coming. Not me.
We should get going.
That's all you think we'll get out of him?
Well, let's see if I can get more questions. Doubt it.
I guess I could ask him a few more questions.
Okay.
How well did you know her?
Not as well as I thought. When I heard what happened that night, well, I figured people were bullshitting me.
It really surprised you, didn't it?
Much as anything ever has.
Okay, so it's just gonna repeat the same
Other
thing.
folks say they saw it coming. Not me.
Okay, so yeah, we'll call it there.
We should get going.
That's all you think we'll get out of him?
He's too wasted to be of any more help.
I'll tell him to get a move on then. Well, we've got a supply run to make, and Uncle Eddie's expecting a visit. So,
Right. Yeah, of course. Get going, you two.
Sam, we all gotta get going.
Oh. Of course. Of course, yeah, I got lots to do myself. Lots of to-dos on old Sam's list. And you don't want to keep Brown waiting, you know?
Thanks for looking out for this place.
Happy to do it.
That explains why it's so clean. He's been keeping it up.
Don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything. Anything at all. You hear?
Sam?
Huh?
Sam?
Huh?
The keys?
Oh, yeah. Of course. Of course. Yeah, they're yours. This place, it meant a lot to your mother. It almost felt like it was a part of her, and it's like some part of her is alive here still.
Hopefully the house doesn't turn out to be a murderous psycho that tries to kill us in our sleep, huh?
Yeah. Well, take care of yourself. Both of you.
Hey, so
Like,
we really do have a lot to do.
well,
Okay,
Buffalo's icy are
go
these
on.
two.
I'll be right behind you.
Ready to veni
try
vidi
begin
vici?
by the Jord.
I'm ready to talk to Tessa.
Just try to keep in mind that your memory of her is 10 years out of date.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be if she reached out to me while I was in Fireweed, which she didn't. So I'm guessing this is Michael?
Okay, guys. Well, it looks like now we're going to play as Allison, but this will wait until the next video. I think these are going to be a little bit longer than my other videos, just for a simple fact of the content and the way that the game is portrayed. So uh, yeah, I expect these to run a little bit longer than the 30 and 40 minutes that I was originally planning. As far as the Book of Goblins, I'm kind of debating whether if I just make a separate video where I read through all of the passages, or if as we play through the game, the passages be revealed. So I'm gonna sleep on that. I'll figure that out. As far as the game itself so far, there's a lot of heavy themes. Obviously, a lot of abuse and not really understanding about the past, or misconceptions that we as children have about our parents, and confronting those demons, and that things aren't always as they seem. I don't really understand trans the transgender stuff. It's partially because I've never obviously struggled with that myself. But that being said, I'm hoping that through playing this game, perhaps I can understand the struggles that they deal with, a little bit better. I'm really not one for kids transitioning though, so that's, obviously when we're younger, we don't really understand what we're looking at doing, when we're younger. But again, it's not something that I am an expert in order to speak on. So, and in no way am I going to step into that. But I just want to say that, be who you are. I know as parents, we want what's best for our kids. Um, a lot of younger kids may not understand that, and a lot of things that we do as parents for our children may not seem like in their best interest from the child's point of view, but ultimately we do. That being said, when it comes to this game and what happened in the past, I'm sure we're going to uncover that mystery as we go along, and hopefully we'll come to some resolution, and these two can put the past behind them and move on with their lives. So that being said, next video we'll talk to Tessa, and we'll get some background into that, and we will go from there. As always, everybody, I do thank you for joining me on this playthrough of Tell Me Why. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Until then, may all of your stories be glad ones, and may the road always be short and smooth. Until next time, my friends, bye.